Hey, my little angels. Welcome in. Come on in. Come on in. I'm so happy to see you. So, all you new people, thank you. Hello. Thank you for coming. I'm so happy that you decide to give my channel a chance. Please feel free to like it, share it. Comments are amazing. I love responding. And definitely hit that subscribe button below. And my returning people, thank you guys so much. Please keep those comments coming. I love connecting with you guys, which is why we're doing the card exchange. Postcards or holiday cards. You send me one, I send you one. My P.O. box is in the description below. Just hit that button that says more and you'll get the description. So it seems everybody really liked the story that I told of last Christmas and how things went wrong. I have another cute story to tell you. Oh, you like my nails before we begin? I know I said I wasn't going to get fake nails put on anymore, but I did it. But look at that color. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a real glitter to it. They just look so holiday to me. And I have my holiday background up and I'm trying new things. Speaking of which, Friday, I'm thinking of going back to my original strawberry blonde. I'm going to see how I feel. And, you know, what we can do. So, I'm going to tell you another Christmas story. My daughter was young, very young, and Frozen had just come out. And she had written her little letter to Santa, and like a good mother, I, read it, and then sent it off to Santa. And all she really wanted was an Olaf doll. I could not find an Olaf doll anywhere. They were sold out everywhere. So I happened to mention it to a very good friend of mine, Joan. I've talked about her before. And we had been chatting back and forth, and it was getting down to the wire. I mean, I tried to order it online, everything. I even got scammed. But she came into work, and it's literally the week of Christmas. And she said, come with me, come with me. And she brought me to her desk, and she handed me this huge bag. Here. And I opened it, and it was an Olaf doll, and a big one. I was so happy. I said, you gotta let me pay you for it, because I could see the price tag. She goes, no, it was the last one. It wasn't even in the toy section. Someone must have just thrown it. It was the only thing in a bin. Okay. She goes, so I ended up getting a discount. I got it for $10. Thank you so much. So we had the Olaf. So we got home. My husband's like, good, I'll wrap it up. And I said, all right, it's from Santa. And he went, what? Why is it? Oh, before I begin the rest of this story, if anyone is watching with small children, some of Santa's secrets may be revealed. So you might not want to have the little ones watching the rest of this video. I don't want to end up on Santa's naughty list, okay? So I'm going to give you a second to shoo, shoo, shoo. Shoo, 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 shoo. Okay, good. All right, so he said, we're the ones that went to 50 stores. Joan is the one that got it. Why is it from Santa? Why does Santa get all the credit? If it was up to him, there wouldn't be any gifts from Santa because he wants the credit. So I said, forget it. Too bad. When she's older, she'll know. But for now, Santa's going to give her Olaf. Fine. He begrudgingly wrote Santa on the card. She opened it. She loved it. She slept with it. Everything was good. About a month goes by when we happened to be wrestling, the three of us, like just, tickle fights and stuff. And one of us rolled on Olaf, and Olaf squeaked. And I went, why would Olaf squeak? This didn't really make sense. And I'm like, oh, please don't think it's for babies, right? Because she was a big girl. She was 3, I think. So I'm walking down the hall, and I'm like trying to squeeze it. I'm like, I can barely squeeze it. Why would you give a baby a squeaky toy that you have to press so hard? I was walking past our bedroom my husband was coming out, I grabbed the front of his shirt, I threw him into the room, and I said, "It's a dog toy. We gave our daughter a dog toy." And he said, "No, no, no. Santa gave our daughter a dog toy." So that's one of my Christmas stories I thought you might like to hear. Another one was when we were much younger. My parents had this habit. My younger brother and sister are twins, and 3 years apart from me. But for some reason, my mother liked to dress my sister and I in the same clothes. So this one year for Christmas, and everyone knows I have this idiosyncrasy. I open a gift. If I find it, I'm opening it. That's it. I have tools. Okay? I'm like one of those people who pick locks. I have tools to get in there. So, to the point that one year they wrapped a brick in a box so that I wouldn't know what the gift was, which I thought was uncalled for. Anyways, there were two soft. So I opened mine, and it was an orange and white striped shirt. This was the Wham days, when Wham first came out. And neon colors were in, stripes were in, and all. But the size was wrong. It was addressed to me, but the size was my sister's. So I carefully opened hers, and sure enough, there was mine. So I swapped them and wrapped them back up because I'm a nice person. I'm a good person. So Christmas morning comes. We open them, and my mom says, wait, you two should really switch those. Why? She goes, "I'm fairly sure, I'm positive I put the wrong name tags on them." I said, "Well, let's just open them and see." And I said, "Nope, mine's right." And my sister said, "Yeah, mine's right." My poor mother went around the entire day thinking she had lost her marbles. And I could hear her in the kitchen to my father, "I'm positive I put the wrong tags on, but I didn't want to rip the tags off and ruin the wrapping." My mom hated wrapping gifts. So finally I went in and I said, "Or maybe I was moving a gift under the tree and it fell open and I noticed, and because I'm such a nice person, I swapped them for you." She was not grateful at all. At all. What can you do, right? And I'm going even further back now. My parents took me, they took me to Toronto, the big city, downtown Toronto. And if you don't live in downtown Toronto, it's downtown Toronto. The driving, oh my gosh, the traffic. But there was a store there, Simpson and Eaton's had these windows, and they had the most beautiful window displays. People would come from all over to look at these window displays. So they took me, and then they took me to see Santa Claus. And it was a magical experience. It really was. There was a throne, and I sat on his knee, and he talked to me, what did I want for Christmas, and what did I think my family would like, and that kind of, it was so nice, right? And what I loved is while I'm talking to him, I was staring at the green holly leaf and the holly berries on his hat. So, a couple weeks go by. At the local plaza near us, they had a log cabin, and Santa was there, and we were doing our grocery shopping, and my parents said, "Do you want to go see Santa?" I said, "Is he here too?" Off we go in, and I'm in the lineup, but I can't really see in front of me, because kids were taller. We get to the front, and this Santa is sitting there, and he takes my hand. He had no holly on his hat. He was a fake. And I told everybody, he's an imposter. Actually, I said fake. He's fake. This isn't the real Santa. and I was crying and hysterical. My mother was mortified. They just picked me up and took me out of there. It didn't go well. Actually, we don't have a lot. My whole family does not have a good history on seeing Santa. See, my sister would see Santa every year, even when she was far too old. And this one year, instead of getting the picture right away, you wrote your address down and they mailed you the picture. Very trusting of us all, if I think about it now. Anyways, she's sitting on his lap and she's probably 14. And the picture comes back. She looks lovely. Santa's very nice. Had his fly been closed, wide open, and these black and white striped underwear. It wasn't like dirt. It was just like, oh my gosh. That picture is still around here somewhere. For sure, it's still around. And then there was the year of the great Christmas concert. My daughter's class was in a Christmas concert, and it was all the little kids, and they're so cute. You just want to eat their faces. Well, the daycare came to us and said to my husband, the person who was supposed to put on Santa's suit to help out isn't here. Is there any way you would do it? So my husband he was able to see my daughter's play. And then while she was in the back with the rest of her class, off he went. And he got ready. And then they brought the kids back to sit with the parents while we waited for Santa Claus. And he said, where's Daddy? I said, oh, Daddy had to go to the bathroom. Oh, okay. I said, there's a big lineup though. He might be a while. Oh, okay. So then you hear the music and you hear the bells. And you hear the song. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Right down Santa Claus. And then you hear ho, 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 ho. And Santa looks amazing. That is one of the best Santa suits I've ever seen. Big beard, hat down to here. My daughter stands on her chair. Why is Daddy wearing Santa's outfit? Shut up. I'm like, Daddy's a good friend of Santa's and he's helping out. No, he's not. Yes, he is, and I have his phone number, so shut up. Like I said, we're not having good experiences with Santa at our home. And then, if you want another Christmas story, I don't know what just fell on me. Oh, the gingerbread man. This is one of my favorite stories. My husband kept asking me. Now, and this is a great reminder for everybody too. I know that Black Friday's coming and Cyber Monday's coming, and I'm not telling anyone what to do, okay? But the Tuesday after Cyber Monday is called Giving Tuesday. It's when you give back. And a lot of organizations will double or even triple your donation. So just maybe keep that in mind. And one of the organizations that I use is Plan. And I would use it for teacher gifts. I think for $10, I can get a class set of books sent to a class in a country that needs it. So we did that. I did a library, a shelf in a library for my sister-in-law. I've done a tree for my best friend's 50th. I just like doing it. I think it gives back in such a great way, and it makes people feel good too. So my husband said, what do you want for Christmas? And I said, a goat. Send a goat to one of the countries. I said, I've been reading about it, but it's expensive. But they can milk it, they can make the cheese, they can make everything, they can, share it, they can sell stuff. It's a really good thing. And if you do it on Giving Tuesday, you get not 2, but 3. Not 2, but 3 goats sent out. So that Christmas came, and there were a couple gifts from my husband for me. That was nice. And then there was a big box, and I opened the big box. And inside the big box is another big box. People do this to me all the time. I don't know why. Open that box. Finally, there's an envelope. He gave me a goat. I was so happy. And then my brother and his in-laws and everybody came over to our house for dinner, and he said to me, "Oh, what did Brad give you?" Oops, I'm not supposed to say my husband's name. Anyways, what did Brad give you for Christmas? And I said, "A goat." He's looking all through my backyard. I said, "It's not in the backyard. I'm not milking a goat, okay? That's not happening." So yeah, that was a really, really fun one. Other Christmas stories that I can tell you, let's see. Ones that don't make me look too bad. I told this earlier, but I remember taking over the stockings for my mom. She was so appreciative. I think that meant more to me than anything, is how much she enjoyed giving it up. There was a lot. There was a lot of us, right? I love doing stockings. To this day, I love doing stockings for people. But I now understand why you put a big old orange in your stocking and lots of big walnuts, the bigger the better, really helps fill up those stockings. So, and we actually, I don't want to say we collect stockings, but we kind of do, because if I see one I really, really like, after Christmas I sometimes buy it. And there was one year, I think Pinterest had just started coming out, and I had bought my husband this Alfred Sung shirt, and he wore it to death. Like, it was one of those things that when he opened it, he's like, "I'm not wearing that," because it was a purple and white check, a very tiny check. And he's like, "That's not my taste." I said, "Just wear it once and tell me what people say." He comes home, he's like, "I had so many compliments, so many. It became his favorite shirt." Well, things happened and it got wrecked, and I ended up making a stocking out of it. So you basically take the body of the shirt and you cut the stocking and sew it together, but the collar part is what you put your stuff in. So we actually have that stocking too. And it's not my fault. All these stores keep coming out with these amazing stockings. I remember sending a picture when our house was all decorated one year, and my aunt texted back, she goes, "There's 3 of you. Why do you have 9 stockings at your fireplace?" I said, "Those aren't even the stockings that we do." Plus, I learned to cable knit stockings, so I had some of those. And then last year, when we were in Mexico for Christmas, I had made my daughter a stocking. I had crocheted it in green, white, and red, which is the colors of the Mexican flag. They're also the colors of Christmas. So that to me just made perfect sense. But it got put away. It didn't get put with the other stockings. So it's literally been on the handle of our treadmill for a year. And I guarantee you we're going to forget to bring it upstairs when we decorate. No, we won't. I won't let them forget it. So somebody asked me to tell more stories, so there's my stories. And I hope you enjoy them. And my biggest takeaway to everything, if something goes wrong, guys, or you think it's awful, you might be able to laugh about it later. You really might. I have a very dark humor one. I don't know if people will find this funny, but we have dark Irish humor, so we did. But I'm going to, fair warning, this is about someone who has passed and planning the funeral. So if you don't want to hear the rest, just turn it off now, okay? Or fast forward to the "I love you." Okay. It's not funny, but it was. Okay, so my father has passed. My brother, my aunt, and I go with my mom to the funeral home, and my husband. My husband gets texted from his work, so he has to leave the office. Now, the poor little thing, the undertaker, the mortician, I think it was her first solo person. And you want to talk about ASMR voice? She would talk like this, and we will do this, and then we're going to do this. And I'm like, okay. My mother is sitting across from her, and we're behind her. And she said, "Now, I just want to point out, we have this program, and I just want to show you this pamphlet. It's called the Take Heart program." Now, my mom has hearing issues. And she went, no, you're not taking his heart. And the lady was so taken aback and didn't know what to say. And she went, oh no, no. I am sitting there staring at my feet, telling myself, don't look at your brother. Don't look at your brother. If I look at my brother, I am going to burst out laughing. Look at my aunt. She's mature, she's calm, she's responsible. I look over, her shoulders are shaking from holding in the laughter. And then the worst, we made eye contact. I have a very loud laugh. I started laughing, she started laughing. My brother could not control it any longer. My mother just turns around, get out. We're like, okay. We leave and we run into my husband. He's like, what happened? We're still laughing. We're like, we got kicked out. He's like, why are you laughing? So I will finish this by saying, eventually, maybe 2 or 3 years, my mother could laugh at that story too. And in her version, it was her fault. It was the twins' fault. And we were laughing at her, not my mom. I told you, it's dark humor, guys. I'm sorry. But that's the end of this storytelling video. So, I love you, I value you, I honor you, and I'm so very glad that you were born.